we provide packaged foods, instant foods to consumers that they can prepare in 3 to 4 minutes. Our endeavor to build a 100% clean label brand in the packaged food category. So when I say clean label, what I mean by that is zero preservatives, 100% natural.
It resembles freshly prepared foods as closely as possible.
NASA-based technology that we are actually using, which is a freeze-drying technology that we use.
The first time in a cup noodle, you're actually going to see a sauce and not just a soupy, stocky kind of base. So you'll actually have the Manchurian sauce come through. And for our non-vegetarian audience, we launched a chili chicken, which is also in that kind of category.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us at Nature's Basket. You're with me, Tanaya, on our show called Let's Talk Food. Today we have a very special episode where we're talking to the founders of You Foods. Let me introduce you to Bharat and Varun. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Sure. I can see some beautiful products over here. Why don't you tell us about You Foods and what these are about?
Oh, sure. Thank you so much for having us over here, Tanaya. You Foods is basically our endeavor to build a 100% clean label brand in the packaged food category. So when I say clean label, what I mean by that is zero preservatives, 100% natural, and MSG free, right? These are the three principles that You Foods really stands for. Essentially, what we end up doing with You Foods is we started looking at the instant food category first, because when we looked at the packaged food segment as a whole, we realized that the instant food segment needed a lot of fixing, so to say, because there's a lot that needs to be desired in that particular category, with a lot of products that are out there with a lot of preservatives, MSG, a lot of artificial flavors. So our endeavor was to actually look at this particular space, while a lot of good brands are doing a lot of work in the snacking category and the confectionery category to make a clean label. For us, we looked at this particular space, and we use a freeze-drying technology that we'll talk about. But essentially, we provide packaged foods, instant foods to consumers that they can prepare in 3 to 4 minutes, and it's readily as good as freshly prepared food, right? So this is what You Food stands for.
So Varun, tell us about the range that you have. I can see a wide variety of options which are available.
Yeah, so we're what we call ourselves an all-day menu. So it's really a food solution for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. So our customer, as Bharat said, these are clean label, zero preservatives, no MSG. So they can have these foods which are as close to freshly prepared foods all day. They can start their day with our oats. We've got 3 variants in oats. We've got berry apple cinnamon, we've got banana caramel, and we've got peanut butter.
Yeah.
We've got for lunch and dinner, we've got our noodles and pastas. So in noodles, we've got a chili Manchurian and a zingy cheese for the vegetarian customers, and for non-vegetarian, we've launched a chili chicken. Our pastas comprise 3 variants, which is cheese flavored, peri peri, and a tomato sauce pasta. And then we've also rounded this up the dessert option. So we've got a gajar halwa and a moong dal halwa.
Wow.
So essentially, these are not only all day products, but really solutions, because they come with a sauce, they come with the mix, they come with the base. So in that sense, the customer in 4 minutes has their whole meal ready, and once it's ready, it resembles freshly prepared foods as closely as possible.
And I think you're catering to, as you said, all day dining and all age groups as well. I think I can have my favorites, and then everyone else at home and the family can have theirs, because you're providing with so many varieties, veg and non-veg options, which is amazing. All right, so tell me about the challenges that you face, because this cup was already an existing category. So tell me more about what went into making this.
No, sure, absolutely. So for us, when we looked at the instant food category and we came up with our first set of products, which is the pastas first and then followed by the oats, a lot of people, when they saw the product and when they see this on the shelves, they see that this is actually zero preservatives, right? And zero preservatives is something which is not synonymous with this category at all, right? So they often get shocked that how is it possible that you're actually doing something in the packaged food category, especially instant foods, and it's actually zero preservatives, no MSG, no additives whatsoever.
Right.
And there's a sort of a little bit lack of trust that the consumer really has in this particular segment because of what he's seen till now. So for us, I think to educate the consumer that we're actually coming to this particular category and reimagining this category with zero preservatives by virtue of the NASA-based technology that we are actually using, which is a freeze drying technology that we use. We do this in-house in our own facility, which is in Gurgaon. So for us, everything is about educating the consumer about there now existing an option that is available, which was not there for the last 20 odd years in this particular category. And we're actually in the present building for the future. That's what we are doing, right? So this is really our mission over here, that we want to do everything which is clean label in the instant food category and other categories as we move forward, to really sort of disrupt and innovate in the packaged food category.
Looks good. I can't believe this was ready in just 3 minutes. Wow. I can't believe it's from a cup. I mean, it's yum.
I think you should also try the chili chicken. Since we're here, it's our first non-veg variant that we launched.
Okay.
So why don't you, you're non-vegetarian?
Yes,
Please,
I don't mind.
Go ahead and try this. So it has real pieces of chicken.
Yeah, I can see, right. And
So,
this is through the whole
same-
technology that you were mentioning. The fact that it's
technology.
yeah.
Even though we have non-veg in this, it still remains 100% natural, zero preservatives. This is a little bit of spicier version that we
Yeah,
have.
it's got this zing, it's got that spice. It's really nice. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you could try the piece of chicken as well to see how whether it's cooked through or not. Like that is like a real test, because with like big pieces of chicken, for it to actually be cooked through and for it to be soft is
It
real
is,
test.
yeah.
So that's the thing, right?
So I can see that you have such an amazing range. Tell me, which is your favorite? Which one do you guys really enjoy? Yeah.
So, the cheese sauce pasta is one which has 3 variants of cheese. So it's really saucy. It's got a mozzarella cheese, a cheddar cheese, a parmesan cheese, all coming together. So it's one of our favorite pastas. In noodles, you have a chili Manchurian noodle, which is a Manchurian sauce. The first time in a cup noodle, you're actually going to see a sauce and not just a soupy, stocky kind of base. So you'll actually have the Manchurian sauce come through. And for our non-vegetarian audience, we launched a chili chicken, which is also in that kind of category, but again the sauce as well as real pieces of chicken. So it's not just a flavor in non-veg;
Right.
it's actual diced pieces of chicken that come through when you eat your meal. So in
That's
that sense,
interesting, yeah.
And then in the oats, I think apple cinnamon is one. It's just the cinnamon, the flavor, the aroma, it all just comes through once you prepare it in 3 flat minutes. So I think it makes oats really interesting, which otherwise, despite being healthy, could at times be a little monotonous or a little boring. So it kind of makes oats a very, very interesting
Right.
food option.
Yeah, it's a really good on the go solution. Fact that it's be ready in like 3 minutes, that's amazing. I mean, all of us are so busy these days, and if we can just like grab one of these and make a meal out of it, that's amazing. Yeah. So Bharat, what's next for the brand? What's new that's going to come in?
So we're a brand, Tanaya, that always listens to our consumers and retailers, of course, to really see what the market is demanding, what the consumers actually want. So noodles is something that we launched after our pasta and our oats category earlier this year. So that's something that we'll continue to expand. We've just launched our non-veg flavor, which is the first sort of non-veg variant that we've launched. We're looking at a couple of other non-veg variants that we will launch in the noodles category itself,
Okay.
as well as in the pasta category. That's something that we're toying with at this point of time. And also looking at certain more expansion plans in the noodle category itself, which could be instant foods, could be a little bit more than that. So we'll have to wait a little bit for that.
Looking forward to knowing what it is. It was great having you both here. I'm sure our customers are waiting to try this brand. It's available in all our stores. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us.